And of course, as we promised you, we've got a very special guest who's in studio with us. Hey, Gilad.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm sorry I'm late.
Oh, yeah. The MVPs.
Traffic ni mbaya sana.
MVPs washakusikia.
Umse ameka Kenya for so long hadi anatumia lies zetu.
Yeah, traffic ni mbaya.
Traffic ya Nairobi. Guy.
I can describe the route for you. It wasn't a lie. It's truth, man. It's truth.
Aya, ukianza tu kusikia ka MVPs, you know, we never give that excuse of traffic. So no. Aya, but
unless it's true, of course.
No, but we know about traffic. But you've been in Kenya how many years now?
This time around 11.
11.
That's as you know, when I came back as an expatriate. Before that, I was here as a diplomat for 3 years.
Hey.
And then I left and came back.
All right. So what has, because the conversation we're having this morning is there's a lot of, Kenya, there's a lot of young people who we're speaking to and they're saying akuna makazi, akuna, biashara, things are bad.
True.
Then why not, try somewhere else? Try, not say leave Kenya, but like try doing your work or your business in another country.
Sure. So
I brought you in because we've known each other for a couple of years now, and I was like, who's best suited to speak about expatriatism? So how's your experience been like?
I came here first as a backpacker. Kitambo. In '96, I came here as a backpacker. Then I came back to work here as a diplomat, which means you're not an expatriate. You're here on loan, so to speak, representing your country. You get all these cool things like the red plate and stuff like that, which I don't have now.
Yeah. That was the life.
By the way, you don't know. It's very, very different. As a diplomat, you get to kind of glide over the rules, And then we left for, to keep working LA, and then came back here to work for a corporate, agriculture as an expatriate. Yeah. So, I came back because I had really loved Kenya when I lived here and when I visited here. Yeah. The money to come as an expatriate, to leave your country, take your family to another country and take on a job, the money is usually better. Yeah. So it's like a package. You sign a contract for a certain amount of years and you go and you know that you're going to not see your family for a long time, travel away, but that you're going to be able to make some money and save up. And that's the plan. Yeah. And then at some point, mine is a unique story. I went to music. Today people ask me, what do you do? Mwanamziki. But I wasn't that before. Yeah. But when I released the music, then I stayed. But as an expatriate, life here, like I said, when you come for corporate, you're coming for a very specific contract. Yeah. So usually it's like that, When you decide to stay on your own, which is what happened with us, fell in love with the place, music or not, but when the job at Amiran was done, my wife and I looked at each other and we were like, okay, we're not ready to leave, and we really like it here. Yeah. And the rules of Kenya actually say that we can stay if we switch our expatriate status, which was to switch to an investor. Okay. So we brought in a whole bunch of money into the country, which the rules say you have to do to show that you're investing in the country. So we did, and then we got our investor work permit. In the meanwhile, we're in line for citizenship because enough years have passed that we meet the rules.
Oh, so you want to be a citizen of
I've applied, man. I'm in line since 2016 already.
Whoa. Yeah. Let's test you. We're going to have a small test just to see if you deserve to be a Okay. But also,
it's exam time, Nisawa.
Yeah, there are people who are listening in right now. Okay, so you were lucky enough to, be a diplomat, and but there are young people who are listening to us right now. What are some of the pros, aside from money? Because if you're working in Kenya, you're earning a certain amount of money. If I decided, okay, let me go do radio, say in Tanzania, they have to cater for my accommodation. They have to cater for.
You become more expensive.
Yeah, I become more expensive.
Which is why the only reason that they really, the rules say that the reason for an expatriate, unless you're an investor, like what we talked about now. Yeah. But when I came in for Amiran, and if you look at the companies like that, the people that are brought in are people who have to have a certain expertise that Kenyans lack. Yeah. And even then, when you're brought in on your work permit, you have to have someone under you that you're mentoring to make sure that somebody's benefiting from your unique knowledge.
Being there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to impart that knowledge in a local?
You have to, you have to grow. And I mean, if you look at the agriculture sector, where where I was you guys have, as part of this group, you have the whole Farm Kenya initiative.
Yeah.
So I mean, I was very active in that field, and it really is a mentorship when you bring in an irrigation manager who knows about drip lines.
Yeah.
So he's got a whole crew around him that 10 years later, or however many years later, working with that guy, they know, and they're better for it. So that's a good thing.
Brio, so our MVP right now is sitting there saying, Sasa.
How does this help me?
How does this help me? But think about it like this. Because I'm thinking, if you want to leave Kenya and say go work, do your business, or go run your company in Tanzania.
Yes.
Yeah. You've seen a gap. There's so many gaps. There's so many
opportunities. You
recognize
an opportunity. Sure.
So you have to first understand what's going on in that country. I want you to call us up 0719012700. If this conversation is sparking your interest and you're like, labda ninaweza peleka hii biashara huku hii country yenye nataka kuhamia, call us up 0719012700. He said he wants to move to Italy. I told him first things first. Language barrier.
Kula ni tamu sana.
Chakula ni tamu, lakini atakula
sana.
Spaghetti
ni nini?
He'll be saying spaghetti everywhere.
Kwambox ni heaven ya Mluya.
Hakuna ugali huko. Spaghetti inakuanga appetizer.
Pizza they have.
Hizo ni appetizer. Hiyo ni chakula kweli.
Imagine kula chapati, hiyo ni kula latunja.
Yeah, by the way, I had a friend who went to Israel, okay, for studies, masters and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so when I traveled to Israel, I would carry with me ugali. This guy was a Luo, so I'd carry omena
Yes.
and ugali.
Oh my
and
gosh.
so, I mean, when you talk about expatriates,
Yeah.
the one thing you miss is your own food. For sure. Sana.
That's the toughest job. Also, I think one of the challenges as well is getting homesick. Woo!
People get homesick,
Mad.
people, you miss home. I'll tell you something, going back to the money, why MVP would travel now and get another job. The truth is, it's really hard.
I'm going to hold your thoughts as we speak to Silas. Silas, good morning.
Good morning. Salimia Mkenya hapo.
Gilad, salimika.
How are you? Habari asubuhi.
Yeah, nzuri sana. I wanted to hear your Swahili.
Niambie.
Because you have said that you have already applied for to be a citizen in this country, yeah? So mimi nakuuliza hivi.
Okay.
Like unajua mimi na operate biashara hapa Hamza. Na ningetaka labda kwenda kama mimi nikitaka kutoka hapa naweza enda kama mahali kama Dubai. Unajua huko biashara ni kitu ambacho kinazungumzwa sana. Sasa nikitaka kufanya biashara yangu inuke zaidi na kana na vile vitu nafanya sasa hivi. Can you kindly advise on how I can upgrade my business?
Oh, Silas, that's the wrong conversation. We're talking about expatriates.
But he's asking about Dubai and how he can work with Dubai. He's halfway there.
Okay, Silas.
Yeah.
All right.
See, all he wants to do is just speak in Kiswahili to check if I could understand.
Yeah.
So we're good.
All right.
We're good, bro. Lakini Sheila's right. It's like a different situation, yeah? If you wanted to go and work in Dubai and live in Dubai and build your business in Dubai, then, that would be right for here. And then I tell you, competition is tough.
It's tough. And also, I think it's very interesting that he raises Dubai, because that's one of the countries that Kenyans just, you think of, I need to leave Kenya and look for a job. Dubai, Saudi Arabia, and
China too.
Okay,
China.
Time out a second. What are Kenyans doing in those countries? Let's stop and talk about, because you've seen online what happens to a lot of the people who go to Saudi Arabia, and you've heard a lot of the stories. And guys who are going to Dubai, actually, we're getting some job, but actually, it's about the nightlife and a lot of the things that people are doing there, and that's not. Okay, let me say that's not the career that they intended to build for themselves necessarily. I'm not judging, I'm just saying that's it.
But the money, let me tell you, I know people who are working in Dubai. Forget the horror stories. There's a lot of great stories. The horror stories are like maybe 20%.
You might hit lucky.
80%, when you get into Dubai, the first thing, which language are you chances are to hear first?
You'll hear Swahili.
If it's African, Swahili.
Sana.
Yes.
You get into the Dubai mall, the big mall.
Burj Khalifa.
All those shops are run by the people running them are the it's either Malaysians.
Yes.
If they're not Africans, but if they're Africans, Kenyans, Ugandans, Tanzanians.
Israel and Dubai don't have diplomatic relations. So I can't go as an Israeli. I can't go to Dubai. I've never been. And if I wanted to get into the country, I wouldn't be allowed.
Wow.
Because that's politics and stuff like that.
Okay.
But if I could. What I would find in those malls, instead of Kenyans, would probably be Israelis. Because everywhere else in the world, you go to America, what will you find in shopping malls? Israelis trying to sell you skin creams and stuff like that. So actually, Israelis are very strong in this, expatriate kind of finding, and at all levels. It's not just big business people or people musicians, but actually you get a lot in the shopping malls. It's so common to see Israelis in Europe, in America, because that's what we do. You know,
except in Dubai. In Dubai, Kenyans
you can't go. In Dubai, it's the Kenyans.
Hotels, the Kenyans are there, and here's the one.
And they're better for it.
Here's the one thing that they say. If for example you work in the hotel sector here in Nairobi, right? You're earning like say 50K, 40K per month. You take that same job in Dubai, it's double.
It's double, but also life is more expensive.
But you're making money that you can save.
But
For
if you compare, because I have a couple of friends who moved to Dubai, cabin crew.
Yeah.
Compare cabin crew, all these small companies, and versus Emirates.
Akina tire fall out of the sky.
To send you a story, Kwambox Leo. So, if you compare literally both companies, jamana kuja Kenya kila saa, holiday. But you and your salary, unajipata, the farthest you can even go, unaenda Mombasa juu ya job na umeacha huko juu ndege imerudi side. There's no way that you can afford to go that side. So many guys are still opting for all these expert jobs in the same industry, ndio grow faster, then let's warudi Kenya wakwe at a higher level.
All right, we got Gilad in studio. You think we could be talking without music? Here's Gilad featuring Wendy Kimani na Unajua.
Vybez Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.
Nakuhitaje, I'm used to it, nimekumiss. Nitakupenda milele, even though I'm not around you. There'll always be room for you right here kwa roho yangu. Unajua.
Ati baby aje.
Lakini Kwambox haujui kuimba. Yes, haujui. Mimi najua haujui kuimba.
But lakini she can dance though. Last time I saw you on a stage entertaining thousands and thousands of people.
Domo ijifunze ku dance na kuimba.
Wait, what have we said? Train your lips to speak positivity, Brian.
Only.
That's our MVP word of the day. And shout out to our MVP guest, man. It's none other than Gilad. And Gilad, you're going to be telling us the traffic. But before that, let's just pick one more phone call. There's a caller who's been calling. Let me see. Call us up 0719012700. We're talking about being an expatriate. And we've got an expatriate himself here, Gilad, who is now well on his way to becoming a Kenyan citizen.
Amen.
Yeah, you're going to be a Kenyan citizen for sure. For sheezy. All right, so is there any tip that you would like to give, someone who's considering moving outside of Kenya right now to go to another country to stay there?
I'd say, for the beginning part, try to be a sponge and absorb as much as you can. Yeah. Less, it's all about me and, listen to these are my stories. Yeah. And more, shut up and listen and try to absorb and see the culture around you. Yeah. You can take an example from here in Kenya. How many of us have seen the crazy Mzungu in line?
Yeah.
It's the one who has come here, and you can always know them because they're not here for a long time. Yeah. Or they've been here a long time and didn't connect. But one who connects will not behave like that anymore because it's not Kenyan to behave like that. It's not appropriate here. Yeah. And it means that you're not in any country you go, they say when in Rome, be a Roman. Yes. When in Kenya, be a Kenyan. But in general, try to see and respect and learn the culture. Yeah. Then come up and bring your side. So
since you have learned the culture, we were talking about cops earlier.
About?
Cops.
Oh, I heard you. I was in traffic
If
listening.
you are in a situation where you have done a traffic offense and the policeman, does the thing where he comes into your car, do you let him in? Or do you follow him to the police station?
Unafanya DL hivi,
unaikuja 50 bob hapo ndani.
I have to tell you something. In the last few years, they let me go. They recognize me, and the most I'll have to do is imba. Hey, wewe, mzungu anaimba Kiswahili. Sing. And if you see a white man standing in traffic singing to a bunch of policemen embarrassingly in the street, that's me.
Traffic on Vybez Radio. Brought to you by the Standard e-paper. Get all your publications for one price.
Hey, beautiful people. This is The Traffic, brought to you by Gilad here on Vibes Radio.
Yeah,
Poleni sana, my peeps who are on Mombasa Road. Ni bumper to bumper to bumper. I was just there in traffic. It's really bad. On Langata Road, traffic ni mob sana.
Kabisa.
Kabisa. These here, traffic imeshikana kabisa on Jogo Road. Man, I could just keep going everywhere. Red lines. So if you're in traffic, one love, peace. Enjoy the music.
Yes.
Enjoy our conversation. And yeah, kuna red
Wapi kitu na
lines
Kiswahili
everywhere.
wazee?
Sorry?
Wapi kitu na Kiswahili?
Nasema traffic ni mob sana hapa, traffic imeshikana. What other words do you use for
Wapi
traffic?
volume iko sawa.
Volume iko aje?
Sawa.
Volume iko sawa kabisa.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.
Who is on the song?
There's 7 guys on this song, 6 guys and 1 singer, 1 lady. They're all Kibera artists. Tuveri, Shadi, Damage, Simple Millennium, TG Boy, who am I forgetting? Angelera Baby, that's 6. There's one more. No, I'm the 8th. I'm featuring all of them.
Too necessary?
I'm forgetting. Too necessary is High Sync. It's the same guy.
All
But
right.
they're all amazing artists. Some of them won the Kibera's talent search.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you're definitely here to stay, doing music, and just totally immersing yourself in the culture. I love it, and all the best, by the way.
Thank you.
Is there any question you think you want to ask him to prove that he's Kenyan? No. I already asked him one. The one for if you find yourself with cops, nini.
I find something interesting, which is that a national anthem is something that is very it's a big song, right?
Yes.
It's I find it interesting that a lot of Kenyans don't know all 3 verses.
Do you know how to
Yes.
sing all 3 verses?
Yes.
Sing the second stanza.
The second stanza.
Second stanza.
Do I stand? Why don't you keep
Just sing. Just sing.
Okay. Now you got me on the spot. Now
I
I'm
got
blocked.
you. You said you got this.
Wait a second.
Nah,
I have to sing the first one.
Why are you singing in Swahili or English?
In Swahili.
Okay, let's go. Now you better put some Gilad in that.
Amkeni ndugu zetu, tufanye sote bidii, nazi tutoe kwa nguvu, nchi yetu ya Kenya tunayoipenda, tuwe tayari kuilinde.
Hey.
Linda, what? You put me on the
spot.
spot. Me, I studied because I thought they're going to call me for the citizenship exam.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to, know that, right?
Yeah.
So I sat home like a kid,
Wait, do they have an
studying.
exam?
No, they didn't call me. I'm
Una
still
people stay
waiting.
too.
Me and Ngoja Sana, they're not calling.
Lakini.
If anybody at Nyayo House is hearing, my phone is on.
But they just had you sing the national anthem.
Yeah, and
wrong,
get
so-
nervous and mess it
Yeah,
up. But
so-
it's sour.
chances are-
I sang it for the First Lady recently,
Wow.
officially,
Did you
at an
sing like
official
that?
event. I sang only the first verse because that's what they asked me to do.
Thank God.
But they wanted one English and one that. But I get to sing for the First Lady officially.
Wow.
You'd think, that helps get you like a passport.
No, it's not like that again.
Ushaikula mutura?
Huh?
Ushaikula mutura? Have you ever eaten mutura?
No. Yes.
Just like that, your license is
Imeenda.
revoked.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I have eaten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uko sure?
Yeah. I eat everything. I try
Where, in a
everything.
restaurant or outside?
In the street.
Oh,
I try everything.
you are a Kenyan.
Me, I eat
At the Smokies,
everything.
when you go out to
Kabisa,
perform.
the Smokies is the best. It's the first thing I'll do is go for the Smokies after the show.
Okay.
Kabisa. The street food is the best food.
all right.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming
Thanks
through and
for
hanging
having
out
me.
with us. We
I
always
hope I represented expats well.
mad. And the phone has been ringing. People still have questions, but we'll just put that on.
Mimi, I'm going home. I've done traffic on radio. I'm done, man.
Vibes Radio, we rule the nation in this generation.